Okay, we finally reached the end of the tracks in the demise of Zepho the Edomite's reign over the Greeks, the children of Kittim. And I want you to see that we already learned back there in the other chapters that this was not Edomite invasion, that there were no other Edomites with Zepho. And when that being the case, there was no rightful heir to the throne for continued Edomite rule over the children of Kittim. And we're going to see after the death of Zepho, the throne went back to a Japhetic man. Let's read it. Verse 6. And that time Zepho reigned over the children of Kittim was 50 years. And he died and was buried in the city of Nabna in the land of Kittim. And Janus, one of the mighty men of the children of Chittim, so he was a man of Chittim, one of the mighty men of the children of Chittim. He was not of Edom. If he was, he would have said that. Reigned after him, and he reigned 50 years. So Zepho came in, ruled, died, and it went back to Japheth. Alrighty, now we're also in Jasher chapter 90 because this is really part 2 or part 1 of what they used Jasher to prove this Esau's the white man doctrine. But Jasher chapter 90 is not as deep as the 60s, but I wanted to cover it anyway because I kind of hinted at this in past episodes. But, I just want to cover it. I don't want to leave any stone unturned. So let's get started with this. Verse 7. And the children of Chittim continued their pursuit of Edom, and they smote them with a great slaughter, and Edom became subject to the children of Chittim. And the children of Chittim ruled over Edom, and Edom became under the hand of the children of Chittim, and it became one kingdom from that day. And from that time they could no more lift up their heads, and their kingdom became one with the children of Kittim. All right, so we already talked about the one kingdom thing. I don't have to mention it again. We already know that's not they became one race or they became one nationality. They became the same seed. We've already mentioned that. If that was the case, then Israel would be abolished and we would not be a people anymore. And after going through the 60s of the book of Jasher, I would just like to say, if Kittim is Esau, then why is Kittim killing their brothers? Because Kittim it says they slaughtered Esau. A slaughter is like very violent, thousands dead. Why would they do that to their friends or for their brothers? Because they're not brothers, they're not friends, and they're not related. But let's move on because, I want to look at, I might have to do another series on the Romans themselves, but I want to look at what the book of Jasher says the Romans descended from. All right, this would be quick, but basically, long story short, the book of Jasher does not associate the Romans with being Esau, and none of the Bible actually does. And we're going to go to the book of Maccabees real quick to take a look at that on why timing kills false doctrine and why the Romans cannot be Esau. But right here, it links the children of Kittim as being Roman. And the children of Kittim are the Roman, a little bit of a spelling difference, who dwell in the valley of Kinsapah by the river Tibria. And I probably pronounced that terribly wrong, but my apologies. Yes. First Maccabees chapter 5, verse 3. Then Judas fought against the children of Esau in Idumea at Abrabet, because they besieged Gaal, and he gave them a great overthrow and abated their courage, and took their spoils. Now let's go to Maccabees chapter 8 and see what it says there. First Maccabees chapter 8, verse 1. Now Judas had heard of the Romans, that they were mighty and valiant men, and such as would lovingly accept all that joined themselves unto them, and make a league of enmity with all that came unto them. So Judas just got done fighting the Edomites, and now he's talking about that he's heard the fame of the Romans. So is he hearing about the fame of the Romans after he just got done fighting the Edomites if the Edomites are the Romans? See, doesn't make any sense because Esau is not a Roman.